Hello, YouTube world. It's your boy Brando here. Hey, just want to thank you for checking out my channel. We're the Adventures of Brando over here. Still working on getting a proper URL link and all that for it, but YouTube's not helping me out too much with that. But we're working on that. Something a little catchier. But hey, today we're going to be talking about a little fun reselling quest I've been on, or an ordeal, I should call it, an ordeal that I've been through. And that's this selling the Chicago Bulls hat, okay? A vintage 90s or even late 80s Chicago Bulls hat goes for some pretty serious money. Nothing in the thousands or anything like that, but goes for a significant, amount of money. And these are things you can get at a yard sale for $5, $3. In my case, about 25 cents. And I was pretty excited about this. But every time I go to sell it, it is a youth-sized hat. The person buys it, and then they send me a message saying, "Oh, I just caught that it was a youth-sized hat. Oh, I'm not interested in it." Say, "Oh, no problem, refund you." So I list it back up again, and this is on eBay, and the next person buys it, sends me a message, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was a youth-sized hat. I'm not interested in buying this." I'm like, all right. I've got photos of the tag, and it says it in the description. It's a youth hat and everything. But I realized that it doesn't actually say it in the title. So, understandable. So before I list it for a third time, I put youth as the first word in that title. Youth. And youth-sized, vintage Chicago Bulls hat, whatever. And third person buys it, sends me a message, says, "Sorry, I must be blind, haha. I see it's a youth. I'm not interested in buying it." Okay. So before I listed a fourth time, I put youth-sized Chicago Bulls, vintage Chicago Bulls hat, 4 kids, 90s, 4 children, fifth, where am I at? Yeah. So the fourth person buys it, and same thing. Like, "Oh, I'm not interested. It's a youth size." So I got it in the title. I got it everywhere I could possibly have it. So I changed the thumbnail. So the thumbnail of the hat as the main picture, but I edit it and put the word youth on the thumbnail itself, so you can't miss it. Post it up a 5th time. Someone buys it, and then they don't pay. I send them a message, say, "Hey, you still interested in paying? I can relist it if not." "No, I'm not interested. I didn't know it was youth sized." So that's 5 times over the span of 4 weeks. I'm trying to sell a $50 hat, and thankfully I have an eBay store with 500 items in it, so it's not like I'm riding on this one hat selling. But over the last probably 5 weeks, actually, I've put a significant amount of time that I really didn't need to put into selling this one stupid hat. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of frustrating. What kind of frustrating, annoying things have you encountered with reselling and selling online? So I'm sure there's a lot of you out there with a lot of Facebook Marketplace stories. I got a ton of those. I essentially don't sell on Facebook Marketplace at this point, just because the people there, they almost never meet you in person. I'd say 80% of the time, so 4 out of 5 customers have failed to show up to meetings for Facebook Marketplace, things like that, with me anyways, and easily. And not to mention even buying off of Facebook Marketplace too. The people you're trying to buy from and give your money to act like you're inconveniencing them so much You know, there was one guy that was selling a pair of VCRs. He wanted 10 for one and 15 for another. And, you know, I'm all about that. So I said, yeah, let's meet up. I can give you 20 for the two of them. He didn't say anything, didn't complain about the price decrease or anything. But especially the $15 one he was selling, it goes for a significant amount of money on eBay. But his was like missing knobs, and he only had proof that the DVD half of it worked, not the VHS half. So, I mean, yeah, $10, take it or leave it. So, and he says, yeah, let's meet at this what was it, Gill Park or something? I don't remember. Some park in Marion, kind of, somewhere between Marion and Hiawatha, up north, somewhere where those territories meet up. And you know, I'm like, oh, sure, whatever, yeah, I'll meet you there. Never heard of the place, never been there before, so I was like, oh, I'll GPS to it. I think it's somewhere over there. Well, I was at down Blair's Ferry Road, and my GPS actually told me to swing down onto Collins, take Collins into Marion, and then go up 10th Street, you know, which is like center of Marion Square there, which you can't really do because of all the construction, or maybe you can now. But so either way, I went there and then went north out of Marion, and then had to go back around and get back on Boyson to get to this park. And I'm like, I started out maybe 5 blocks from it on Blair's Ferry Road, where I was at on Blair's Ferry Road. I was like maybe 5 blocks away, and my GPS took me all the way around like that, which is just so bizarre because I don't run into that issue very often. Yeah, it's so bizarre. And so I'm messaging him, and I said, hey, you know, let's try and meet up around, I think, what was the time, like 2:30ish. I think I said, hey, let's meet around 2:30ish. I'll do my best to get there, you know, I'm coming from work. Okay. At 2:25, I sent him a message, said, hey, you know, I'm on my way. I'm going to be in the silver van, so just look for me. Can't miss it. He sends me a message at 2:27, says 2 minutes later. He goes, where you at? You made it sound like you're already here. So I quit what I was doing and rushed down to you. I said, okay, I'm in traffic. I just wanted you to know what color my van was. Be there as soon as I can. Then, you know, around close to 2:35, I pull into the park, and he sends me a message as I pulled in. But my GPS had me park on the opposite side of the park in a different lot. I pull in, and I get a message from him, and he says, where are you? It's been 10 minutes since you said you were going to be here. And I said, wow, it had not been 10 minutes, but regardless, I said, okay, you know, 10 minutes is not an unreasonable amount of time when you and this other person are leaving your homes and meeting up somewhere, in my opinion. And especially since I was coming from work, because you're going to drive through traffic, there's going to be delays, whatever. And we're ripe into road construction season. I mean, it was barely, you know, barely late. And he says, where are you? It's been 10 minutes since you said you were supposed to be here. And I said, wow. I said, I just pulled in. I'm walking over to where I think you are now. He said, I didn't see you pull in. I said, dude, yeah, my GPS had me park in this back lot here. I'm guessing you're in the main lot. Never been to this park before. So, just nasty. I walk right up to him, like, you know, and it's this really, no offense to skinny little geeks out there, you're cool, but this was like the skinny little redheaded geek. I mean, you know, and the way he talks online, you know, is like he's the most, you know, just the biggest BA around, you know. I'm like, hey man, you selling the VCRs? Oh yeah. I was looking for your van. I said, yeah, have me park in the back lot. Don't know why. Follow my GPS. I told him what happened with my GPS, and he just rolled his eyes at me. I'm like, why would I lie to you? I'm hopefully never going to see you again after we do this deal. Here's $20. You got the VCRs? Yeah, okay, thanks. I carried the VCRs to the park. It's funny, there's a splash pad there and everything. There's families out and everything. And I'm walking from the parking lot of the park with 2 VCRs in hand, cords somewhat, like flopping around. So there's families. I'm walking through this park to get to the other side. It's a bright, sunny day. And there's families looking at me and their kids. And I'm like, hey, I'm just taking my VCRs out for a walk. Totally normal. People are sort of laughing. And the kids were really confused. They had no idea what I was carrying and what they did. That's all right. Anyways, that is just one of my Facebook Marketplace stories. Come on, what are yours? I'm sure you got them. Or not even Facebook Marketplace, but reselling stories. What do you got out there? I mean, I'm sure we've all had those interesting encounters and experiences. So, anyways, this is the latest episode of the reselling aspect of the channel. So I'll be making playlists of all the different video series and working on some cool thumbnails and trying to refine my my technique. Really, one thing I'm really trying to do as a YouTuber, a social media icon, is I'm trying to slap stuff together as fast as I can on the go, low production. So as you can tell, while making it work through the power of technology. So that being said, definitely got some food reviews coming up, so keep an eye out for that. I'll see you next time.